Our partnership. That was Vinny's idea. So what we're going to show you is a digital gift wallet. This is the Gift digital wallet working with a Clover point of sale device. And we want you to play along at home. So if you have your phone or your laptop connected to the internet, now would be the time to take it out. Take it out. Don't go to Twitter. Just take it out. Go to your browser and go to this URL. GYFT, GYFT+Chain.com. And as you're opening that, what you'll see is it's going to have just like a spinner. That's just a waiting spinner. And this is actually reading live from the blockchain. And it's going to show you transactions that we're going to demonstrate for real on the blockchain network. You're going to see them show up on your device in real time. So just by a show of hands, if you have it on your device, can you just raise your hand so I know it's working? Oh, yes. All right. So let's go, Peter, to the video. So you should never do a live demo with the internet, pairing to the internet with cameras like this. Never do this. I don't recommend it, but we're going to try. So here I am. Let's say I've got my gift wallet here, and you can see that in the gift wallet you have many different types of credit, different types of gift cards, and I've got a coffee shop gift card, $7.50. So I walk into my favorite coffee shop, and I go and buy a cappuccino. So the merchant will enter the price for the cappuccino and select gift as the payment option. And I'll take my phone and I will scan that QR code, which is effectively a payment request from the merchant to me. And you could use NFC or other types of technology, but this is just for simplicity, we're using QR codes. Scan that gift code, and it's going to tell me on my device, hey, you owe us $3. And we see that you have a gift card for our shop, so you can pay with that. And I'll hit pay. And this is going to create a transaction, publish it to the blockchain, and the merchant point of sale is they're detecting that transaction it's expecting from the blockchain, and it's going to say, look, you've paid. Now if you look down on your phone, do you see that transaction there on the blockchain? So that's really coming off the live Bitcoin blockchain. It's the same transaction that the merchant POS picked up, and we'll now take our coffee and leave. So what's remarkable about that, I think, is how unremarkable it is. There's nothing dramatically different about this payment experience. It's just like using your smartphone to pay for something, but it's on an entirely different payment rail.
But let's talk about why is this exactly? Why is this big? Why is this big news? Everyone hears in the press all day long about the price of Bitcoin fluctuating up and down, being volatile, consumers won't use it, they won't trust it, people won't use it. A consumer would never have known they're using the Bitcoin blockchain for doing a transaction right now. All they saw was they got a fixed amount of credit in whatever currency they wanted, and they were able to pay at their favorite store and get the transaction process in the background quietly. So now you've got people using Bitcoin without knowing they're using Bitcoin. And what we've built essentially is a private Rails network where the cost of that transaction was a fraction of a cent, actually.
Yeah.
So
we're going to do another one. Let's do one more. So we'll go and do this one more time so you can see something that is actually new and enabled by the blockchain. Not just low cost, as Vinny pointed out, but fundamentally new. So let's say here's another wallet. It's another phone. And now you'll see I have not only a gift card for the coffee shop, but I also have reward points from that coffee shop, and I've got a coupon from the brand of coffee that's sold at that coffee shop. So now let's see what happens when I make a payment. So let's say I go back and I'm feeling really generous. The presentation went well, I'm going to buy everyone coffee. So we're going to put in $12, so a few coffees. Hit the gift checkout, and again it's going to generate that QR code, which is a payment request object. It's a BIP70 payment request object. And again, we could use NFC, but we're using QR codes for simplicity here. Scan that, and watch what happens this time. It's actually, once it comes into focus, you're going to see that it's allowing me to pay with reward points, gift cards, as well as the coffee brand coupon in a single transaction. How does this work? That payment request QR code, not only is it telling my device, you owe me $12, it's also saying, here are all the payment methods that I accept at my coffee shop. So when you go to a store and it has that NASCAR logo, all those logos of every MasterCard, PayPal, this, that, coupons, reward points, all over the front of the coffee shop, get rid of it. Simply scan the code and let the server tell you what do you accept, all the payment methods I have in my wallet, it will automatically detect, and then I can select the ones I want to pay with. So let's say this time I want to just pay with my gift card and my coupon. I don't want to use reward points. I'll go back and I'll hit pay here. And that will again form a single transaction with multiple inputs, publish that to the blockchain. So if you look down on your blockchain explorer, you're going to see that that was confirmed on the merchant side, and you should see that there's a couple of different payment types used in that transaction. You should see in that object both of those, and this is uniquely enabled by the push payment model of the blockchain. You couldn't do this in the traditional pull authorized model, because what happens if one of those authorizations failed? Then what? This only works because in a push model you're pre-authorizing using private keys. So finally, one thing to mention is that in payments, reverse compatibility is important. Not everyone's going to be able to adopt this or interoperate with the system overnight. So another neat thing that we did is we generated gift card codes that are unique codes that will work with traditional gift card acceptance. And so these are time-based codes. You can see the counter counting down. And so by this way, even if you're issuing your gift cards digitally on the blockchain, they still work in non-blockchain payment rails. So let's go back to the slides. We'll summarize what you saw here. Vinny?
So what you really see now is a US dollar denominated digital gift card on the Bitcoin blockchain. No risk of volatility, the price is not going to change, the value is not going to change, it's fixed, and it's fixed to a certain merchant. You see money transferred from a consumer to a merchant in seconds using push, as Adam mentioned. We've got multiple assets working in a single transaction on a private network, effectively, because there's no 3% credit card fee, no processing fee. There's obviously some minor fees in the transaction, but that's about it. There's reverse compatibility, so this works with existing gift card systems. We can print this onto a card, and you can actually use a physical, we can issue a physical gift card as well on the same platform. And it's effectively an entirely new payment network that we're pioneering here today, and I think GYFT we're the first company to come up with this sort of solution. And it's only possible because we can fix the value of the dollars on the blockchain, and we can ensure that you can do your transactions risk-free. And we always say at GYFT, and GYFT's one of the largest retailers of gift cards to Bitcoin users as well. And we always felt that for our service to become more valuable and for Bitcoin to become more prevalent in society today, people need to be using Bitcoin without knowing they're using it, because right now the current implementation of Bitcoin is really too hard for consumers. We've had a lot of consumers come to us, try using Bitcoin. We are successful with the really technical crowd, but the non-technical crowd not so. So the way we looked at using this platform was, how can we make this more accessible as a payment rails to the rest of the world? And I think we've done that. And so we're really excited to take some questions and hear your thoughts and feedback.
And finally, we should point out the fees.
Yeah, it's less than a penny per card issued. I mean, so we've decentralized the issuance of gift cards, because now we're not necessarily the issuer of a digital gift card on the blockchain. Any wallet provider can accept our cards, use it in the system, and have access to the same payment rails. We are basically trying to get rid of the barriers to entry for gift card usage worldwide by eliminating the need to use a processor who's going to take the data, lock it in a black box, not give you access to it, not give not innovate around it, make it difficult for consumers to use it, look at the transaction histories. There's a lot of reasons why that service, you don't need to have a trusted third party anymore. You can have a decentralized platform for using, for storing your ledger accounts on your gift cards.
Great, so I think we have time for 2 questions. If you have questions, there's a mic over here. I see a question in the back over there.
So are you, this currently works with Chain's infrastructure and tracking the asset through the blockchain. Are you going to enable it so that other implementations of, say, colored coins and stuff can interact with this service in the future?
Yeah.
You did?
Sure. So yeah, this is operating on Chain's infrastructure. Chain's infrastructure is not a proprietary network. It really just ties together open source, open protocols, such as the Open Assets protocol, which we're using here, into a platform which makes it easy to develop, secure, private, all the things I mentioned. So, a couple of things. One, Guillaume, who's off the stage here on the left, has a white paper that will be published today, which will outline sort of the vision for the open source version of this. And our goal is to really drive interoperability and open standards in this market so that we see adoption, and you're not limited just to a single app or a single point of sale system, but you'll see this interoperability. That's where you get really big gains for consumers, when you can move assets between different wallets and you can combine them. I think we have time for just one more question. Is there anyone else? Okay, and you good? Okay,
I'm good.
Thank you guys
Thanks,
so
guys.
much, and thank you, MoneyConf, for having us.